I read an article a few years back that tried to determine what the first true slasher was. The writer outlined various criteria, one, brutal killer, lots of kills, various kills, POV shots. It's not a police procedural. There is a final girl. We know the story. And based on this criteria, he determined that this film, Torso, was the very first slasher ever made. He was wrong. I've been saying this for years, but Michael Finlay's The Touch of Her Flesh hit all of these slasher tropes way back in 1967. That's like 6 years even before Torso. Maybe someday people will listen to me, but until that time, let's talk about Torso. Welcome to Exploitation Reviews, and me, Rob, and today I'm talking about a fan favorite Giallo from 1973, Torso. And we open on some things I can't show you. But I'll give you a hint, they start with a B, and it rhymes with oobies. Throughout the opening credits, these oobies and fleshy bits come into and out of focus, and we can tell that somebody is photographing this, let's say, encounter. After the credits, we are in an art history class, and damn, I wish my classroom looked like this. Gorgeous. After class, Stefano asked one of the girls out, and she's like, nah, we cool. And then we hop over to Flo and her boyfriend getting hot and heavy in the back of a car. This is quite impressive considering how small European cars are. I don't have to worry about this though, because I live in a big city and take public transportation. Subway cars are plenty big enough. Anyway, our couple spot a masked peeping Tom and Sean runs out to confront him. Uh-oh, that peeping Tom is a killer. And wait a minute, haven't we seen that scarf before? The next day, the girls learn about Flo's killer, and one of the girls is so distraught over this, she decides to go to some sort of bohemian sex party. We all grieve in different ways. She entertains these two guys for a while, and then she gets bored and walks away. And these guys get really mad. They hop on their bikes and chase after her. They say they're going to slap her around for leading them on. So I really hope they die. And then we get one of my favorite sequences in the movie, an atmospheric walk through this foggy forest. And that killer is out there, and he does some killing. Unfortunately, it wasn't the two guys on bikes. So, a detective matches some fibers from both Flo's murder and Carol's murder, and then he tells the class that we met earlier about this and asks if anyone has seen this scarf. And one of the girls, Danny, thinks she does remember someone wearing this scarf, but she can't quite place who it was. I mean, good luck with that. This is Europe. We wear scarves all the time. But that night she gets a call from someone warning her not to remember who was wearing that scarf. She's kind of freaked out. This is a whole big stressful situation with her friends getting killed and all, and her uncle suggests that she and some of her friends go up to a villa and just kind of chill for the weekend, get away from it all. She agrees and starts to organize things, and then the next day she's confronted by Stefano in a stairwell, and then she remembers Stefano was wearing that scarf. And really, what is it with all these guys getting so bent out of shape when women don't want to date them? That's like some incel shit right there. It's gross. Actually, all the guys in this movie are kind of gross. Even Danny's uncle catches an eyeful through a cracked door at one point. Ugh, gross. Anyway, the girls leave all of these gross guys behind and make it to the villa. Jane, she arrives a little bit late and promptly twists her ankle. Nice job, Jane. But more importantly than that twisted ankle, somebody is watching them. Who is it? Danny thinks it's Stefano.
Stefano.
Nope, it wasn't Stefano. And immediately after that scene, we cut to the next morning. Jane wakes up, she hobbles downstairs and sees that all of her friends are dead. And there's a killer chopping them up and putting their body parts into bags. But that's enough out of me as far as plot goes. Let's talk some highlights. This film is gorgeous in so many ways. I mean, it's hard not to love Italy. That place is amazing. When I was there, I was just kind of in a daze the whole time. I don't know how anyone concentrates when they're surrounded by so much beauty. It's easy to concentrate where I live, though, because I live in Germany. Aside from the locations, the people. My God, the people. Beautiful, every single one of them. Got gorgeous faces, gorgeous eyes, and don't forget about those oobies. Lots of gorgeous oobies in this movie. Lots. And finally, there's a really great cat and mouse sequence that takes place at the end of the movie. Really well done. Just high tension, no dialogue, just excellent visual storytelling. But I wouldn't say the movie is perfect. Like some bohemians in an abandoned warehouse, it has some shortcomings. Well, one problem I have with this movie is it doesn't know who the main character is. This movie really should be Danny's story. I mean, it is Danny's story until it isn't. She should have been the final girl, not Jane. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But what rubbed me the wrong way a lot of it was this movie didn't film the best sequence in this movie. We get that nice Stefano scare, and then bam, it's the next morning, and all of the main characters except for Jane are dead. Oh, what the hell, movie? You're gonna skip past the slashing of all of these hot co-eds in a villa and expect me to be okay with it? I'm not okay with that. You can't skip over that part. In fact, I think this actually disqualifies Torso from being a true slasher. No self-respecting slasher is going to skip over the part of the movie where most of the main characters get killed. That would be insane. Can you imagine if The Burning didn't have that raft scene? How much worse would The Burning be without that raft scene? A lot worse, that's what. And the same is true here. This movie is a lot worse than it should have been. I still like this movie, quite a bit actually. It's got some excellent tense scenes, it's gorgeous, it's pretty sleazy. I mean, there are a lot of oobies in this movie, and that's pretty awesome. But it's not the slasher classic people think it is, partly because this isn't a slasher. It's a Giallo, and it's a pretty good one.